It's a wonderful springtime day, the sun is on the rise. The smell of mama's cooking makes me open up my eyes. The pride of being a country boy is something I won't hide. Today I'm hunting longbeards in the Ohio countryside. There's nothing like the smell of a fresh cut field of hay, or to hear a gobbler singing out at the starting of a day, or to hear a whippoorwill calling out when the sun is sinking low. There's no place like my country home in the hills of Ohio.
Hey guys, welcome back to another live episode of Wayne's Country Living. As you can see, I'm trying something a little bit different today. I downloaded the software that was given to me by Brad at the Big Family Homestead, that OBS software, and I've been messing around with it all day, just about. And it's a little bit of a learning curve, but and to be honest, I'm not the tastiest nut to fall from a tree, but I was able to figure it out. One thing I've noticed on my end is that when I play a video, it's real jumpy and choppy. Did you guys get that as well on that intro video? Because I can see that on my end. Other than that, how is this video? Can you see the stream good? Going really good, because on my end it looks fine. Everything's saying that the stream health is good. But how about you guys? Do you guys see a difference? You want me to go back to the old way? It was smooth here, Big Creek Homestead. Good. That's awesome. So I'm trying something a little bit different, like I said, and this was kind of off the cuff. I just kind of decided to do it because it was a free software and I wanted to mess around with it. And of course, it gets me the nice little banner down at the bottom, and and it gets me the Homestead Network logo as well. J0, hey, what's up? I knew you'd make it. You never let me down. Now I'm still using the camera that's coming right off of my computer. I don't see any need in going out and actually buying an external camera when this one right here is doing just fine. Seems to be doing just fine. Hey, Skinny Wayne. Sand Hollow. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I lost 11 pounds since last week. And you really can feel a huge difference. I'm mainly losing it up in here. I've still got my gut, but you know, that'll come in time. And I'm doing it by counting calories and doing exercises and basically doing everything that I never wanted to do before. I never wanted to watch what I ate, and I never wanted to do exercises, but I had to do it. It was time for a change, and so I did it, and it's paying off. And 11 pounds in a week is nothing to sneeze at. It shows, man, especially around your neck. Good God, how big was my neck? I'm just kidding. I appreciate that, Minute Man, I'm sorry. Your fridge is lonely, Wayne. Yes. I'll be honest with you. How I've been able to do it is I actually keep very little food in the house as opposed to what I used to keep in the house, and that helps out a lot. Now, in the morning times, I very rarely ate breakfast anyway. I never did. Even when I was in high school, I never really ate breakfast. And I had to start kind of getting used to eating breakfast. So I just eat something small, maybe 2 pieces of toast and put some butter on them, or a couple boiled eggs, I can't just eat white egg or egg whites. I can't. I have to have that yolk. But it's okay because I count the calories and I do it so basically I can eat whatever I want as long as I eat it in moderation. And that seems to be working. So I'm happy. I'm actually satisfied with the results. I'm satisfied with everything that's going on. And we'll see what happens next week. And of course, I got to beat Jason this week. So, and I know come next week, if he beats me, I'm never going to hear the end of it. So I have a week to get my jabs in. So, I got a package in the mail, and I am very excited, and I wanted to show you guys. What I got from Tony, the Redneck Prepper, was this bad boy. A nice, new, never used pressure cooker / canner. Comes with the book, comes with the weight, comes with the tray to put your cans on. Now, of course, you're not going to get the big quart cans, but still, it'll work just fine. And I'm absolutely thrilled. When I had a pressure cooker once, and I don't know exactly what happened to it, but I do know that I used it all the time for everything, just about. Anything I could, I used this. This cuts your cooking time by, I don't even know how much, by a lot. And I remember fond memories of going into Grandma's house and hearing that hissing on the top of the pressure cooker because she uses hers as much as I use mine, I think. So I am very happy with that. That is something that every country home, well, every home in general, really needs is a pressure cooker. So I'm very excited about that. Thank you, Tony, from the Redneck Prepper channel. Very nice. So what else has been going on? I pressure cook all of my rabbits, debone, and then freeze in vacuum bags. Oh yeah, and also whenever I go to make squirrel dumplings, I'll put the squirrel in the pressure cooker. And it's not that, I mean, squirrels aren't that big. It's not like a chicken where it takes a while, so you want to pressure cook it. But what it does is it cooks all the squirrels evenly in the same amount of time, and it cuts down your cooking time tremendously. So, let's see, what else have I got going on? Oh, my rabbits. Friday I tried to get my rabbits to breed, and they weren't taken, but I think what it was, the doe was lifting. She was willing, but I think the buck is still too young. That's what I think. So I'm going to probably take her over to Janel's house and breed her with one of his buck rabbits. And if she takes there, then I'll know it was the buck and he's just not mature enough. Now, he was trying to do his thing, but I just don't think he's mature enough to know exactly what's going on. I really want to get her bred, that way I can have some babies before the winter sets in. You know I still have time before winter really sets in, but what I mean is I don't want it to be too cold, because we don't know what this winter is going to do. It could get cold on Thanksgiving and then not warm up again until May. So I would like to get it done as soon as possible and not really wait for the buck to grow up. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take her out to Janel's and see if I can get her bred out there, and then see what we've got in the way of her giving birth, because this will be her first time giving birth. How cold does it get where you're at? It just depends. Last year it was 55 degrees on Christmas Day, but then the end of February it was down in negative digits. So it just depends. The year before that, it was really bad. It got down to, I believe the lowest it got was -20 the year before last. So I mean, we're right in that mix. You know, Southern Ohio. We're still considered Midwest, but we're right in that mix. So we could get the southern weather that comes up and just barely hits us, or we can get the lake effect weather that comes down off the Great Lakes and then hits us that way. And it seems like we're always in the path of these huge snowstorms at least once a year. I mean, like, I think last year we got 14, 15 inches. Now, I say huge for us. Of course, that's not going to be huge for Canada or Minnesota or all your northern states or Alaska. But for us, it's 14 inches is a lot of snow. Hey, wee tree. It only got 60 here today. It got, I'd say it was probably close to 70 degrees out today. I'm from Sandusky originally. Yeah, so you guys probably got a lot more snow than we did. A lot more lake effect snow anyway. So I should be butchering some chickens here soon. I think I've got 2 roosters out of all that I hatched out in the spring. And so I should be butchering out some. I plan on making a video about it. Haters or not, I plan on making a video about it to show people how I do it. Not that I know better than anyone else, but just that there are many ways of doing something, and there's always somebody that can learn something from somebody else. Wayne, you were looking great. Thank you, Robin. I feel a lot better, and I'm sure Jason does too. 10 pounds. Like I was talking to Jane all earlier on the phone, and he said it's just like strapping a 10-pound sack of dog food to your chest, you know. And then imagine just removing that. And I feel so much better just with 11 pounds. It's insane exactly how much better you do feel. You don't realize how horrible you feel until you don't feel like that no more. Because I guess your body gets used to it. And yeah, I feel a lot better. You know, my sugar, I believe, is stabilized. I haven't checked it, but I think my sugar is stabilized. I don't get my normal dizzy spells or anything like that. So I'm actually feeling pretty good. Toxins are washed out of your system. Yeah, and I've been drinking over a gallon of water a day. And that was hard to get used to, but now I feel like I can't do without it. At first I was going to the bathroom every 15 minutes, and I think my body's getting used to it. I haven't changed my water intake, but I think my body is getting used to it because I don't go as often, but still more often than I used to. Where is everybody from? If you don't mind, you don't have to give me a city or anything. Just type in your state if you don't care, so I know where everybody's from. As you guys probably know, I'm from Ohio, from almost the southernmost point of Ohio, right along the river. Sorry, Rain. Yeah, I know. 5 o'clock on a Sunday is a bad time. North Carolina, Michigan, Virginia, the rainy part of Washington, Missouri, Texas, Idaho, nice. Central Florida, high desert of New Mexico, heading back to Oklahoma/Arkansas when I retire. Upstate New York, Michigan, Sierras of California between Lake Tahoe and Yosemite. Nice. California, Oklahoma. Wow, we've got a whole variety of people. Alabama, Northern Illinois. What is that? Austell, Georgia, New York. Hey, Greg. Thanks for coming. Wow, we've got a wide variety of people all over the country. By Arkansas. That's cool. Well, other than my weight loss and my rabbits, there really hasn't been much going on here on my home place. But I will tell you some projects that I have coming and something that I want to try. Now, I want to get your all's opinion because I'm going to rebuild my chicken house, and I'm going to do it out of reclaimed material. And I got some people going to give me some stuff and stuff that I have here here at the home place. And so I'm going to build a bigger, better chicken house, something I can get in and out of easier, something that's easier to clean out, something that looks better from the road, all that good stuff. And so I want your all's opinion. When I do that, do you guys want me to fire up a live stream? It won't have much sound and I won't be talking on it, but you'll be able to see me out there building my chicken house. I can fire it up, and I think I can go for 8 hours according to what YouTube has told me. So do you guys is that something you're interested in? To see somebody, just me working out on the home place, because making a video about it makes the work 10 times longer. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll do it. If not, then I'll scrap it. I mean, you guys can just log in and see me, whatever I am doing out there. You probably won't get to see a close-up view. It'll probably kind of be a panoramic view, or however you pronounce that, and see me walking around doing what I do, because I'll be doing it by myself primarily, unless I can get some help. Hey, Jason. Now that Jason's here, you guys know that he and I have been in a contest. Dude, you can tell that you've lost weight. Thank you. It feels really good. Now, you know, I know we've been in a contest, and okay. I don't know what happened. Can you guys see me yet? I don't know what happened, Lord. Like I said, I'm using this new software that I'm still trying to get used to. So, can you guys still see me? I see you now. Good. Okay, what happened? I don't know what happened, man. I don't know. Something happened. That's all I can say. So if you guys can see me, great. Sorry about that. I forget now even what I was saying. Oh, I know what it was. Yeah, I know that we are in a contest and all that stuff. And yes, I won by 1 pound, which could really be anything. And I really don't want to brag too much. But what I will say is that because of the contest and because of the challenge, and because that I know that Jason will give me nothing but crap whenever he beats me, that has been a huge motivation for me. And I have to say that having that has actually helped me a lot. So, yes, I won, and yes, I'm going to gloat about it every chance I get. But just having that contest has actually motivated me more and be able to do it, because I know when I'm doing my exercises or I'm sitting there wanting to go back to the refrigerator to get me something else to eat, I just keep picturing Jason just, I don't know, making fun of me in his living room with all his family around. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to give him the satisfaction. I'm going to just sit here, and I'm not going to go back and eat. And I said, you know what? I might get up and do some jumping jacks because I know that he's just begging to be able to rib me. So, yeah, I know. You're going to have to pick it up. Jason has some awesome exercises he showed. He does have some good exercises. And it shows because he lost 10 pounds. So, here's my problem. My knees and my knees especially, but my heels as well, they have a whole lot of pain in them if I'm trying to jog and run. And so that's why I'm trying to get my body used to it before I start hot and heavy going into it. The chair exercises I'm going to start doing that he showed. I do stair steps as well. My steps aren't as tall as his, but hey Tommy, Off Grid Nation, Big Wayne, not for long I hope. So you know, it's a process. Getting my eating under control, that was the biggest hurdle, I think. Now that I'm losing some weight, my knees and my heels are feeling better. But I think I have that plantar fasciitis, whatever that is. So I've found some stretches to do for my feet, and I'm going to do that and try to get my heels to quit hurting. Big in personality. I don't know. I'm kind of one tone, monotone. I don't know if I have a big personality or not. I think the walk at the airport is perfect. Yeah, and just luckily I know the guy because I used to work there. But when it gets really bitter cold, and I'm going crazy at work, and it gets dark earlier, I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that. So I'm going to have to figure something else out. But the contest is only going for a month. So as long as I beat Jason this whole month, that's really all that matters. And then I can focus on my exercises better after that month, because just to see him cry, that's going to be worth it all. Come fight fire with me. I'll help you lose some weight. Yeah, I guarantee you. I used to be a volunteer firefighter, and the house fires weren't all that was that bad. It was the brush fires we'd go on that would kill me, and not just me. It was everybody, like all of us. It would just kill us eventually. And like I said, we're volunteers. We're not the professional firefighters. So, but yeah, fighting fires, that'll definitely make you lose weight. My wife had that, and the doc told her to use a can and roll her foot on it to stretch it. I'm gonna try that. The only way I would cry would be tears of joy for your health, brother. I appreciate that, Jason. Although I did win by 1 pound, and although Jason's scales were not digital, is probably why, or because he weighed with his shirt on. 10 pounds is nothing to sneeze at. 10 pounds is a lot of weight to lose in a week, and I don't know, I don't know. I was speechless because I was not expecting to lose 11 pounds in 1 week. Not at all. I mean, I was going into it very pessimistic. And I don't know if that's just me, but I was actually very, very pessimistic about my weight. I felt like like I said, I didn't step on a scale. From Saturday to this past Saturday, I didn't step on a scale. And so I was very pessimistic. I was just, this isn't going to work. Then I stepped on it and seen 11 pounds missing, and I thought, I was floored. It was very, very gratifying. Just, it makes me feel better about myself. And then after I saw the scale, which is really weird, because this is the way my mind's playing jokes on my head. When I saw the scale, and then I shot the video, and after I edited the video and got the video posted, I went out to my mom's, and I realized then, it's like, you know what, I did lose some weight. I can feel that now, like I didn't know it the day before, but then suddenly I step on the scale and I can notice it. So it was, it's like my mind was playing tricks with me. To be a volunteer is really called dedication for sure. To pay for school and license and all that and do it out of your own time and dime says much. Was a volunteer for over 35 years and paid. I was a volunteer down in the town that I used to live in, and then I moved, and then I got fat. And then what I'm thinking to do now is when I do get my weight lost and build some upper body strength, and I'm thinking next spring I might sign up for the township fire department. That's literally right down the road here. And you're right, it takes a lot of dedication for somebody to risk not only their life, but to do that kind of hard work without getting paid. It's I don't know. I guess we didn't think of it that way. We didn't think of it in the way of I don't know, being a hero or anything like that. We were just kind of helping our community, and to me, it was a good place to hang out with my friends, because we would go and after the fires, we would go and sit in the firehouse and just sit and talk and have a good old time. So. Men tend to have more lean muscle tissue, burns more calories than body fat. And when men and women cut the same number of calories, men usually lose more weight, but it's short term. I don't know, but I've noticed one thing. I've got a lot looser skin. I've got this wing thing here. I mean, that's like, I don't know. It's crazy. I could probably jump off the roof and glide down to the ground. That's where when I lose the weight that I want to lose, then I'm going to start building muscle, get some upper body strength, especially. That's what I want the most. I don't want to, be ripped like some bodybuilder, but I want to build some muscle that'll help me, I think, at work. It'll try to prevent me from actually hurting myself, if I'm lifting something. So. We can get that tight again, brother. Don't you worry. I appreciate that. And I don't want to get it tight with food, just so you know. Skin takes longer to heal from being overweight, so do not get discouraged. I don't need to look pretty. I mean, I'm far from that anyway. I just need to tighten up a little bit, I guess. Listen, I'm not the most attractive man in the world, probably never will be, but I just want to feel better. This isn't a vanity exercise anyway. I just want to feel better. And I want to be around for my kids. I want to be around for years to come to be able to see my grandkids. And, starting now, I'm 33 years old. And where I was at, my health was starting to deteriorate at 33 years old. And I thought, what's it going to be like in 20 years when I'm in my 50s and it's irreversible? So, you have the perfect face for radio. Well, thank you, Jason. I'll take that as a compliment, even though you didn't mean it as one. Had a fitness coach for 6 months, and she looked like she was a size 5, maybe 110, but she was 125, and it was all muscle. Yeah, I don't mind to have the weight if it's muscle weight. I just found out tonight I'm going to be a grandma for the first time. Well, congratulations, Revelation. If it's a boy, Wayne is a great name. I'm just saying. You might want to throw that down to him. So, so my chicken house is going to be something that's going to be a new project. Now that the weather's broke and it's cooler outside, it's easier to work. Another thing is inside the chicken house, I'm going to try to make it big enough to not only store my chickens, but also house my rabbits. So I'm basically going to try and make a pretty big, I guess you could call it a barn. I mean, if you start housing more than one animal. So it'll have a chicken house on one side, partitioned off, and on the other side, it'll have my rabbit cages. And I plan on building the rabbit cages out of the wire shelving that Jane all does, because I've personally seen it. I know it works. And so that's probably what I'm going to do. You know, as long as all my plans work out. I still have to save up some money for different pieces of lumber, and also I'm going to need screws and all that jazz. But it's all a work in progress. I'll get to it eventually. I'll be able to do it, and then it'll be more of a permanent structure, and I won't have to worry about it for a while. Now I've got trapping. Then I've got trapping and hunting coming up, but hunting is bad for me in the winter. Here come November, I should have my 22 long rifle. I'll be good for squirrels. Be a perfect time for squirrels. So on the weekends, when I don't have my daughter, I'll be able to go up in the woods and go hunting for squirrel. Trapping, I'm going to have my traps out for squirrel because they're always hunting. But here in Ohio, you have to check those every 24 hours. So that'll be another part of my exercise routine, because the hill that I've got right up here that I lay my traps is extremely steep. I mean, it takes everything, even for a four-wheeler, to go up. So when I'd go up it last year, I had to stop 3 or 4 times to sit down and take a break. It's that steep. And hopefully this time I won't have to do that. And of course, still some fishing. John was getting on to me earlier because I haven't been fishing with him for a while. And it's just been a busy time at work this month. I mean, just last week was insane at work. And so I'm hoping to be able to do more fishing before it starts getting really cold. But really, we want to go fishing all year long. It just depends on what the weather does. That leaves me out to come hunting for you. We have steeper mountain terrain. Yeah, you guys down there do have some major. I see your little hills, and I raise you a beaver swamp. Yeah, they're nothing compared to the mountains. But they're still steep. We're the foothills of Appalachia. They're not mountains like you would say, but they're the foothills. And there's some places around here, especially down in the other county where I work. 90% of all of our customers are on a hill. Yeah, they're nothing like the Sierras, the Rockies. Hey, Ed, or Edward. Sorry, I have a habit of shortening people's names. I plan on doing a squirrel skinning video. I did sort of one last year. I didn't really show all the gory details because I was not wanting to deal with trolls. But this year I'll probably just show the whole shebang. Oh, deer. Hopefully, whenever gun season rolls around. Last year my boss gave me a deer, so this year I'm hoping that he gives me another one. And plus, on top of what I get, I plan on taking them out to J-Knolls, and we're gonna skin them up and divvy them out. So that's gonna be good. That'll put some red meat in the freezer. If I can get one for myself, one for from my boss, that'll do me on red meat for a long time. And the white meat will be chicken and rabbit, squirrel. So I won't have to go buy meat at the grocery store for a long time, hopefully. Hunting around Stampede Pass in Washington, you can lose 5 pounds in one day trekking that terrain. I bet. I bet. Just got a huge deer roast today. Oh, man. I love deer. Deer meat is my all-time favorite wild game. I'd say so far, I haven't tasted everything, but so far it's my my favorite wild meat, or favorite meat altogether. Fixing to make some venison burgers for supper. Oh, Lord, simply. Daggone it. You know that me and Jason are on a diet, don't you? You're going to come in here talking about venison burgers. While I avoid meat, I do eat elk and venison. I've never had elk that I know of. I really do want to try it. That's one thing that I could never be. I could never be a vegetarian or a vegan. I love meat so much. I could eat meat constantly. I just don't think I could ever have the willpower to actually be a vegan. Not that there's anything wrong with that. If that's your thing, hey, God bless you. But I can't do it. There's just no way I can do it. It was cruel around here this weekend, brother. Well, I kind of treated myself yesterday. It was the weigh-in day, and I was out to Mom's, and Grandma made some homemade meatloaf, and I absolutely love meatloaf. And I kind of decimated my calorie count with her meatloaf. And I don't think I went over. I added it up as best I could with homemade stuff. It's harder with homemade stuff, but as best I could, I think I was still under my calories. But I did do my exercises that morning before I went out. So yeah, I kind of treated myself because of such a hard week. But today I'm doing better. I made 2 fried eggs and 2 pieces of toast, and only ate 1 egg and 1 piece of toast. And my daughter ate the other one. And I don't. Let me see how many calories that was. I've got it wrote down here. For 1 fried egg, and this is fresh from the chicken butt fried egg. It was 90 calories for 1 large fried egg, 50 calories for the toast and butter, and 120 calories for 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. I usually use bacon grease. I went with vegetable oil. And I don't believe that I used a whole tablespoon, because obviously there was still some in the skillet. But I went ahead and added it anyway. Yes, John, I told them that I haven't been fishing with you for a while, and he's giving me a hard time. No, Chad, I haven't checked it out yet. I'm sorry. I haven't had a whole lot of time to watch videos this week, but I am going to check that out. You're highly allergic to livers? Simply? Man, that sucks. Vegetable oil can be fine. The blends are dangerous. Um, yeah, that's what I've heard. I've actually heard cooking with lard is actually healthier for you than cooking with any other kind. Now, I don't know if that's true, but that's what I've heard. Because lard doesn't have something in it. I don't know. I'm not a scientist or a nutritionist or as Jane All would say, an oilologist. John, I'm the one that got you the fishing fever. I remember being over at his house saying, "Man, we got to go fishing. We got to go fishing." Finally, we got to go fishing. Lard is better for you than most oils. I mean, okay, so I guess when you talk about lard, when you hear the word lard, it automatically puts a negativity or a negative thought process into your mind because you're saying, "Oh Lord, lard is cooking with lard." But I've heard that lard is actually healthier for you than say vegetable shortening or oil or bacon grease or anything like that. Yeah, and Jane all uses lard. He uses it a lot. I think he fries all his fish in it, don't you, John? Tell you one thing, it tastes fantastic. Goose fat is the best for frying. I've never heard of the goose fat being the best for frying. I have heard that duck fat is really good for frying. And I've also heard beef tallow. Possum fat is the best. I'll take your word for that. Okay, Simply, I'll check it out after the live stream's over. My best friend in Chicago, when I lived in Chicago, used lard in her hair. Not so good for white folks' hair, though. Don't do it and never use a hot comb. Okay. Suet is pretty good too, kidney fat. So is beaver fat. Beaver fat can be fishy tasting, so careful what you cook it in or you cook with it. I have to just juice veggies. I gain weight just looking at good food. Yeah, that's what I used to think too. And, just being around food, I would gain weight. But once I learned to portion myself, all right, Jane All, I will talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by. Wayne, go fishing. I plan to. I'm going to. Now I forget what I was talking about because he interrupted me again. I don't know if you guys saw that live stream with me and Jano and Uncle Buck, but he kept interrupting me. He's good at that. And then I lose my train of thought, and it cracks him up because he does it because he knows that I lose my train of thought after I do that. I'm trying to get up there and teach you guys how to trap. I'll tell you one thing, you can try, but John's probably forgotten more than we'll ever know. My neighbor saw my back end the other day chasing my dog because I'm losing so much weight. My house pants fell down. And you've lost 25 pounds since when? How long have you been trying? Wayne, have you checked out Chef Buck's vids? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I'll have to check that out. What is your goal weight loss? Well, the doctor did my BMI, and he said for my height, my weight, my age, and all that, I should weigh 195. And a friend of mine told me no healthy man should weigh below 200. So I don't know. 195 is where the doctor wants me. I think that might be a little low, but been over the last 2 months. It's not really trying. It's because of my teeth, and I can't eat much. Ugh, yeah. His goal is for his feet to get wet when he showers. Hey, guess what? I can see my feet now. I'm there. Yeah, simply teeth can do that. To me, there's nothing worse than a backache and a toothache. And the teeth especially is dangerous because if you don't get them taken care of, it can cause you a lot of problems. But I'm glad to see that you're getting them taken care of, and hopefully you'll I go this Thursday for my impressions. Should have a new fresh pearly whites in about 3 weeks or so. Good. That's awesome. You guys do not want to lose too much. A skinny man is not healthy. That's true, but once I get to around my goal weight, then I'm going to start building muscle. And then I should gain some of my weight back, but it'll be the good weight and not the, hey, look at that fat guy weight. I want to get about 200. Well, at the rate we're going, hopefully we can both keep up this momentum, because at the rate we're going, we're going to do pretty good. So we are almost to the close. We got about 5 minutes. So now is the time where I ask you to go to the homesteadnetwork.com, and don't forget to jump over to Alderman Farms after this live stream. At the top of the website on the homesteadnetwork.com, there will be a place to put your email address. Throw your email address up there, and you can be notified of any schedule changes or anything like that. Also on the homesteadnetwork.com, you can look at show times, look at creator bios, and get to know the creators and stuff like that. So if you have any last minute questions for me, throw them in there now. So here in the last 5 minutes, we can I can answer them the best I can. Jason, can you teach me how to do that graphic on the bottom of the live stream? I'm using OBS, Open Broadcast Software. It's what Brad at the Big Family Homestead turned me on to. And I said in the beginning of my live stream that I messed with this thing all day. And I'm actually working on something else for next week. I don't know if my bit rate is going to be strong enough to do what I want it to do. So I'm going to try something different. Wayne, are you feeling better mentally with the weight loss? Yes. Anytime you do anything with your weight, there's always it seems like there's a negative side effect. Like negative people around you, and not only other people around you, but negativity in your own mind. Like, I've tried this before and I can't do it. I don't have the willpower. I don't have control over myself to be able to do this. And just knowing that I set my mind to it, I did it, and I got results from it, that has actually made me more mentally capable of doing this. Putting my mind to it, actually pushing myself a little bit harder on my exercises, knowing that the counting the calories are working. What I'm doing is working. So yes, mentally I'm feeling a lot better. I had a friend who went from 325 to 125, and her husband left her because he thought she was too attractive and didn't like all the positive comments she was getting. That's not funny. I'm sorry. What's funny is that he left her because she was too attractive. It's like, buddy, I think you got your priorities mixed up there. I'm not laughing because he left her. I'm laughing because she's too attractive. That's I don't know. There's no words for that. I agree with Teresa. She's better off without him. I don't want you anymore. You're too attractive. You do realize how stupid that sounds, right? I mean, you're okay. You're gonna stick with that, right? Okay. Well. All right, we got 2 minutes left, and then you're going to jump over to Alderman Farms. If somebody wants to throw the link in for Alderman Farms, that way they don't have to search for it. You guys can do that. I tell you what, I have fun doing these live shows, and I appreciate, according to my screen, we've got 45 people watching. And I'm glad to see that the stream seems to be doing okay. So I want to thank you guys for watching and joining us on the live streams. But most of all, I want to thank you guys for all the support on this weight loss journey that I've been doing. I don't think I've had one negative comment. And so I just want to thank you guys for all that, because that really does help. A lot of support helps. And if you get a lot of negativity on it, I mean, it just kind of throws you down, and you really don't want to do it then. Say, well, if people don't think I can do it, then I don't want to do it. But I've had nothing but support from friends, YouTube friends, my family, and it's been wonderful. So it is 6 o'clock. Jump on over to Alderman Farms, and I'll talk to you next time.